Hello everyone, welcome back to Genshin Impact. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Greg and we are doing the Victory Banquet. We need to report the truth back to Kokomi. This is Kokomi's story quest and we're doing this one because that is blocking our progress to be able to do the Perilous Trail Interlude chapter, which is what we're aiming for to get done next. So before we start off this episode, we are going straight in with 10 wishes. I managed to get that last one at the end of the last episode. I had 9, but now I have the 10th one. I'm still going for Raiden. I know we've got Nahida coming up, which I think would be great as well. But you know what? We're going for Raiden. We're doing 10 more, and hopefully we'll see if we can get something good. Well, we don't get Raiden. Oh well. What do we get though? We get another Chevreuse. Okay, it wasn't the one I was hoping for. Can we get another one? A nice kind of early 4 would be great. Doesn't look like it. No. Okay, well, we get a constellation for Chevreuse, who we already did have. Never mind. Well, luck isn't with me on this banner, unfortunately. Let's just go and give Chevreuse her constellation. And here it is. C1 Chevreuse. Activate. Okay, well, there's progress, I guess. Anyway, let's go find Kokomi and continue this story. So we had a nice kind of victory feast at the end there. And we found out that the soldiers have kind of been making up stories about the involvement of the Tenryou Commission and the Fatui. Causing a lot of worry and strife. It's pretty bad actually.
So, we found out a few things. The whole thing about the Tenryou Commission colluding with the Fatui is baloney. They made it all up. They wanted the peace talks to break down so that they could carry on fighting the war. And they said it's too late to try and stop them, no matter what we do. I see.
Well, what's the matter, Kokomi? Are you feeling alright?
I'm fine. Don't worry. This is my fault. If only I'd perceived what they were feeling earlier, it never would have come to this.
I think she's too hard on herself. She's blaming herself for everything. She's taking on too much work. We saw that last time out.
I think I understand what Kozin means when he says it's too late. The talks don't begin until tomorrow, but both sides have already sent their guards to the location. They are responsible for making sure the area is safe and secure. I highly suspect that one of Kozin's pro-war co-conspirators will have infiltrated the guards with an intent to reignite hostilities tomorrow during the negotiations. Well, that's no good. Do you want us to head over there now and switch out the guards? That won't work. Firstly, the act of bringing a new team of guards to a neutral negotiation site will put both sides on high alert. It would almost certainly push the pro-war faction into taking action. They would attack the Tenryou Commission's guards, and we'd be in danger of war breaking out once again. Not to mention that we have no idea how many of Watatsumi Island's soldiers are involved in this plot. If we change the guard in haste, we face the issue of not knowing who to trust. Sounds like a really tricky situation. So is there really nothing we can do about it? Don't let it worry you. What's done is done. Now it falls to me to devise a counter plan. These soldiers crossed the line, but the blame is not theirs alone. Whatever happens, I will find a way to ensure they do not come to harm. Let's meet here again tomorrow.
Kokomi rushes back to Sankonomiya Shrine and the victory feast continues to do something. I didn't read what it said, it was too quick. Alright, well we've done that part of the quest. New beginning. We need to wait until tomorrow. We can do that. Let's move on right away. 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Is that... we have to go all the way... Okay, so tomorrow at 10. That's kind of annoying. We have to wait until like over 24 hours really. There we go. I always find this just a little bit of a weird mechanic. I guess we could go off and do other quests in the meantime and then just come back at a later date, but no, I just want to get this one done. My legs are tired. I've been standing on this beach for 24 hours. Right, let's go find her. Meet Kokomi at the agreed place. Where did we agree? Oh, right over there. Right in front of my face.
Well, the peace talks are upon us. How do you feel? Prepared? Here, take this. These are some directives I wrote last night. These negotiations are complex, to be sure, but I thought about it carefully and realized there are no more than 187 possible outcomes.
God. She's very precise in her thinking.
I took the liberty of writing them all down. This way, you will be able to adapt with speed, no matter how the events play out.
I think there's something to be said for being able to just adapt on the fly without having everything prepared, as any good D&D DM will tell you.
Whoa, this is huge! Let's see. Fierce dispute, violent escalation, armed revolt, coordinated attack, seize hostages. Wow, there are so many! But you've thought of a solution to each one! Hyman suddenly feels a lot less nervous.
Actually, I bet Kokomi would be a great DM. You'd never be able to throw her off and she'd be able to tell them an amazing story.
Glad to hear it. These peace talks are quite exceptional. It is a major step forward both for Watatsumi Island and the Shogunate. But any amount of dissatisfaction within our ranks weakens our negotiating position. We will have to work all the harder if we want these talks to be a success. As the Divine Priestess of Watatsumi Island, this responsibility is, of course, mine to shoulder. But would you be willing to lend me a hand?
Of course, I also want the peace talks to succeed.
Excellent. Okay, time to head off.
Okay, go to the peace talks, which are over this way. Or they're right there. Oh, look, we've not uncovered all the teleport things on here. Alright. Well, let's go to this one. Is that the closest one, or do we want to go... No, we'll go to here. Okay, I've been spotted. I was trying to avoid combat just to get into the thing, but I have been seen. But that's not what I wanted. Come on. Oh, come on, get down off there. I wasn't prepared for combat. I was trying to avoid it.
Here comes the cat.
But this is jest, so it's not too bad a thing to happen. Take this guy down. Come on. Oh, there's another guy here as well. More guys. Trying to sort these guys out.
Teamwork is dreamwork.
And you.
Quietly now.
Where has the other one gone? Maybe he's already dead? Fantastic. Okay. Oh no, I've been spotted by somebody else. Where? Oh, okay, you're there.
Game's up. Fun over.
Shake and stir! Fire hazard!
Oh, another big guy. Come on.
Here come the fireworks!
Busted.
Come on.
Everybody stand back! The fuse is lit!
The shield is difficult to get through. I think Noelle would be good here. I think a Geo or Claymore would be good to get through that. That's not working. Come on.
Bully me!
Take the shield down. Come on.
Gotcha.
There we go. That's gone. Should be able to finish her off now. Yes. Right, is that everybody? Is everybody done? Can we just move on with our day now?
What do we have here?
Okay, looks like peace talks are just up here. Oh, here we go. There's a... little camp here. Do we just drop in? I guess so.
It's been a while, Kujo-Sara. I believe the last time we met was on the battlefield.
Yes, where you dealt my forces quite the devastating blow. But before we go any further, what are you doing here?
I'm here to witness the peace talks.
That's right. She's here to bear witness to the proceedings. She experienced the war between us firsthand and has made an enormous contribution towards securing the peace we have today. I couldn't think of a more suitable candidate.
Seems reasonable. Then let's get straight into it.
Kokomi and Zara begin their tit-for-tat peace
The
talks.
first item is the maritime administration issue. During wartime, we restricted fishing rights for Watatsumi vessels in Narukami waters. We intend to remove these restrictions, but going forward, any of your vessels that fish in our waters will have to pay taxes in accordance with Narukami legislation in order to bring their catch back to Watatsumi.
That's fine, but if they're paying taxes, they should also be entitled to protection from the Tenryou Commission while in your waters. Any losses they sustain due to issues of public security will need to be compensated by the Tenryou Commission.
Accepted. Let's add that to the peace treaty. I can assure you that your vessels will be quite safe in our hands.
Negotiations seem to be going pretty smoothly.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I mean, we've only heard one clause so far, but
The next item has to do with the movement of people and military authority. In the past, our people have been subjected to lengthy interrogations on arrival in Watatsumi, and the same has been true for your people on arrival to Narukami. Economic cooperation between our islands has suffered greatly as a consequence. Few merchants are now willing to engage in inter-island commerce. Since the war is now over, I propose that we have the Yashiro Commission appoint a business council to oversee trade between our two islands.
The problem there is that trade is a reciprocal affair. We'll need to involve merchants from both sides in this process if it is to succeed. We cannot give the Yashiro Commission full authority.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Watatsumi Island facing severe shortages of many essential goods at the moment? Having the Yashiro Commission organize everything centrally would work in your favor.
True, we're experiencing some shortages, but we will recover in due course. Between the diverse range of goods we can produce ourselves and our strong trade links with other areas, we are capable of sourcing everything we need. Not to mention that your proposal would require separate talks with the Kamisato clan. If they've yet to sanction it, I believe you are going beyond the remit of the Tenryou Commission's authority.
Let's leave that aside for now then. On to the military question. Watatsumi Island's forces will need to come back under the jurisdiction of the Tenryou Commission.
That just isn't feasible. Not in the short term, at least.
With all due respect, feasibility doesn't come into it. The Tenryou Commission alone has ultimate responsibility for Inazuma's national security. We cannot allow Watatsumi Island to be the sole exception to this rule indefinitely.
okay, things are about to kick off.
You Kujo scum! Colluding with the Fatui isn't low enough for you already. You just want to take everything away from us. Comrades, never trust the Kujo. Let's get them! Protect Madame Kujo!
Number 16. No, wait, 67?
Yes.
Or is it 73?
Adapt. Adapt and overcome, Vitamin.
Which one is it?
Well, that fizzled out a bit.
Kokomi, which scenario number is this in the directives?
The last one, but hold off for the moment. Stand down, Tadakatsu. The situation has changed. Please stand by for further orders. Rest assured, I am fully aware of your concerns, but I will deal with the situation from here. Madam Kujo, This is rather serious. I believe you owe Watatsumi Island an explanation.
Excuse me for a moment. Nobody makes another move until I have finished investigating. You two, here, now!
What have they got planned here? Koku's up to something. Traveler seems in on it.
Speak! Collusion with the Fatui? Is this true?
I wouldn't exactly call it collusion as such.
We were approached by a few Fatui. They mentioned a potential cooperation to keep the war against Watatsumi Island going. At the time, I felt like we could give it a try. After all, there'd be nothing to lose.
But we were extremely careful. We didn't agree to anything. We just said they could maybe start by heading to Watatsumi Island and stirring things up a little. Then we'd see how it went. With respect, ma'am, there was no collusion. It was just a one-off conversation. How anyone from Watatsumi Island even found out about it, I have no idea.
That's enough. When we return, there will be consequences. Might I remind you that this is the Fatui? Have you completely forgotten what they did to us? You should be having no interaction with them whatsoever, let alone entertaining offers of cooperation. So, what did they want out of it?
The Fatui's main forces have already left Inazuma. The few who approached us seemed like they wanted to settle a score for their boss.
Oh, her subordinates. So they're out for revenge. They want to keep Inazuma in a state of turmoil. One day, I will hunt them down. Every last one. We bear responsibility for this issue. My sincere apologies. I have my own negligence to blame for this state of affairs. Please, grant us another chance to continue the peace talks.
But of course, Madame Kujo. I have every confidence in your ability to resolve this situation. For the time being, however, there is evidently some discord within the Tenryou Commission's ranks. I would therefore not feel comfortable releasing Watatsumi Island's forces into your command at this time.
It seems that I must acquiesce. I will lay this issue aside for now, but we shall revisit it as soon as the Tenryou Commission has resolved our internal issues. As for the trade issues we raised, I will discuss options with the Yashiro Commission and make sure both sides have ample participation in the final arrangement.
Seems like Kujo-sara's on the defensive now. These negotiations should be smooth sailing from here on out.
Kokomi and Sara calmly complete the follow-up negotiations.
Never knew the grand strategist of Watatsumi Island was a skilled negotiator, as well as a formidable commander.
She can do it all.
I hope that when we meet again, we can continue these sit-down discussions. Settling our differences on the battlefield is rather taxing. I think we can leave things there for today. Once I get back, I will conduct a thorough investigation into the Tenryou Commission's internal issues.
I should inform you that we took out a Fatui camp recently. I suspect that before long, they will attempt to re-establish contact with your people in the hope of procuring some assistance. I recommend you say and do nothing on the matter for the time being, lest you tip them off and they disappear. Wait for them to come to you. That way, you can capture them all in one fell swoop.
I will bear this in mind. Thank you. I shall take my leave now. Until we meet again.
Your Excellency,
Let's discuss it after we get back.
Oh, she's not happy. Convince the troops together with Kokomi. Unexpectedly, the reckless actions of the troops have somehow sped the peace process along instead. Upon your return to Watsumi Island, Kokomi pronounces how they will be dealt with, so let's go and find out what is going on. We got lots to do, Yomiya, no time for stories. Let's go find out what's going on.
Your Excellency, you knew?
I have already been informed on the reasons for your actions. You believe the Tenryou Commission to be untrustworthy and sought to sabotage the peace talks and reignite the war. Fortunately, the end result exposed and thwarted a secret Tenryou Commission plot. Yet, this was purely incidental, and the end certainly did not justify your means.
But Your Excellency, so many comrades have sacrificed themselves in the line of duty. If we stop now, aren't all of our efforts going to waste?
That's such a ridiculous position to take. They sacrificed themselves to achieve peace. Surely that's the end goal of war, is to end the war. Whether you preferably, I suppose, being on the victorious side, but that's kind of what's happened here. Ah, this guy's needy here.
I want to keep fighting. I want ultimate victory, even if it means I have to pay the ultimate price.
Okay, so he's kind of maybe there wasn't an ultimate victory then, but peace talks, that's got to be considered a victory though. Maybe I'm off on this.
But you cannot simply impose your will and expect others to bear the consequences. During the war there were highs and there were lows, and in the end there was a glorious victory. For you, perhaps the experience was one of great excitement. But you saw nothing of the countless others who will remember the war quite differently. Most people suffered terribly through each day. Watatsumi Island's people yearn for peace because they have long since given all they had to the war effort. They are tired of treading water, and don't need you dragging them back underneath once again.
But...
I understand, I do. And the fault is not yours alone. It was largely an oversight on my part. I taught you to nurture a warrior's will, but never how to let it go.
It's not your fault, Your Excellency. It was ours. Our selfishness. Either way, we are ready to accept sentencing under martial law.
Very well. Then I hereby declare...
She's going to go easy on him, isn't she?
that as of today, I am founding a new secret corps of the army. This division will be responsible for keeping Watatsumi Island safe and secure, neutralizing any and all threats to the peace of our island. You and your comrades will all be welcome to join, but be warned, the training will be grueling. Perseverance and grit will be in high demand.
Your Excellency, what are you saying?
I have concluded from today's peace talks that the Kujo clan cannot achieve absolute peace and stability in the near future. Many seek peace, but there are still those who pursue war. It is right that Watatsumi Island moves towards peace, but we must still retain a defensive capacity. Those whose warrior's will is alive and well, I invite you to embark on the most challenging training regimen of your lives. I don't want to hear from any of you again until all of you can take on 2 shogunate samurai at a time.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
All right, dismissed. Go and report to General Goro. And remember, there can be no more insubordination. And if there is, there will be no more leniency from me, whatever reasons you may have.
Yes, ma'am. From now on, we will focus on our training. Thank you for this opportunity, Your Excellency. We'll report to General Goro right away.
I think that's finally everything in hand. I can feel my energy levels starting to drop. Meet you back at the hideout for some rest?
Oh, she held it together well then. Oh, she's good at putting on a brave face of things. Right, back at the hideout. That was... Oh, no, she's there.
Thank you for everything. With your help, peace has been restored on Watatsumi Island once more.
How are your energy levels?
Recovering. Slowly, but surely. I should be raring to go before too long. Today was a reminder that I don't cope well in situations with lots of people. I've improved, but I still get nervous when more than a handful of people are involved.
Well, you hide it well.
I think I might get Goro to handle the negotiations next time.
You did an admirable job.
Do you think so? To be honest, I'm still a long way off what's expected of a divine priestess.
I mean, you can hear the difference in her voice when she's talking to us kind of privately. She sounds so much more childlike, really, let's be honest with you. And when she's speaking to the soldiers and things, she does sound a lot more commanding.
In the past, I was concerned only with winning the war, restoring peace, and making sure everyone could live a happy life. But I realize now that wasn't going far enough. People have all kinds of aspirations, and just as many measures of happiness. I have a long way to go, but that's okay. If I can't make the journey in one giant leap, I'll just have to settle for taking it one small step at a time. In short, I've still got some maturing to do. Could you stay here on Watatsumi Island? To keep me company for a while longer?
Yeah, I guess so. Okay, we've done it. Complete. Fantastic. All right. Well, what does that give us then? That's something. What have we got here? Story quest. So is there a part 2 to this? Okay, we've got Ito's story quest, which we can unlock. Spend a story. Okay, we'll unlock his. I won't accept it just yet. Is that what follows on? I guess so, yeah. And all these things, we've got loads more things to do for. Okay, well, we've done that one. So I guess then that does mean that we can... Or maybe not. Okay, we still can't do it. Complete other quests to continue. What do we got to do now? Oh, we do have to do... Oh, my God. Well, it looks like this. We're going to be doing Ito's quest. Fine, I'll accept the quest. Inazuma's Catherine would like you to help conduct an emergency investigation, so we do need to continue this before we can get to the interlude chapter.
Now, but friends are forever.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what then, that's probably a good point to leave it there. This might be a little bit shorter episode than usual, but that's I'm sure everybody's okay with that. Okay, so Ito will be meeting in the next episode. We'll do his story quest before we get to the interlude chapter. And we'll do the interlude chapter, and then we can move on to the Archon quest, which is ultimately what I'm aiming to do. But yeah, alright, well, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed that one, and I will see you very, very soon. Goodbye.